So on today's Jimmy Does Vlogging, I'm going to talk about Valentine's Day, getting really drunk, and my plans for the end of the year. I'm Jimmy, this is the vlog I do. Roll the intro.
Let it go! This quicksand, it pulls me under.
So, happy Wednesday the 19th of February, everyone. And so, in the last week, we've had Valentine's Day. Or, as some people referring to it online as Single Awareness Day. It's a bit sad. And to those of you that, you know, you had your significant other and all of that shit, I hope you had a nice time. I hope you gave each other loads of love and loads of presents, which is apparently, you know, a sign of affection, giving each other money-based objects. I don't mean to sound a bit jaded. You could ask my exes, I wasn't really big on Valentine's Day anyway, and I'm just going to give you my 2 cents. To me, it doesn't feel like a real holiday or a real celebration. Like, let's be honest, the main reason Valentine's Day is such a big deal is because of the mass marketing of the thing. Same could be said for like Halloween. Same could be said by, you know, even like Father's Day and Mother's Day and Christmas, even, because the way that, you know, it gets forced down your throat. But I don't know. I think Valentine's Day to me is a bit bullshit, just for the fact that one, it kind of exclusives people out a bit. Like, you have to be with someone, like, as if there isn't enough pressure in society to have a boyfriend or a girlfriend now. Like, let alone on this specific day, you don't mean shit unless you have someone to give stuff for, to buy cards for. In my opinion, though, why should one day hold more precedence over any other? If someone means a lot to you, they should, you know, you should show that every day, really, rather than just on the one day. So for the last week, I've been out a lot. In terms of my life, I've just been drinking quite a bit, actually. I haven't had that much work this week, so I say no work this week. And so I've been blowing off some steam and I've been out drinking, and I actually endured my first bout of booze amnesia. I don't know if it's got a proper name. You know, like when you go out on that and you don't remember much of the night before. I actually had, for the first time, one of those, so it was a sign for me that I've got to start slowing down again. Because I went out last Thursday and, you know, we were all drinking and all of that stuff, like pre-drinking and then actual drinking, and then in the club drinking, and then getting home at stupid o'clock in the morning. And I can't remember much. I remember like the pre-drink, I remember getting to the club, I remember having a couple drinks, I remember like bumping into some guy that looked like Johnny Craig, and that's about it. And like vaguely remember like my friend finding an eyeliner on the floor, and we all ended up drawing on each other with it. And it hit me when pictures from that night came up on the internet, and there's a picture of me with faggot written on my stomach, which is great. I don't know if I wrote it or if anyone else who wrote it, but it's on the internet now, so if anyone goes to Uproar, we're on one of those last pictures. It's terrible, but I can't even remember. Like, I remember the picture being taken with me with my shirt up, but not the one before. And then it was a long, painful way home, waiting at the station because my Oyster ran out of money and I couldn't get on a bus, so we had to wait at the station for the Oyster card machine to open up, and then we ended up just getting the train home, which was bad. But it's kind of good that we're doing this blowing off steam because something's happening now. And what me and a couple of friends have been talking about is that we might be emigrating, essentially. It's a company that does work abroad for students and recent graduates, and we've all like recently graduated, and one of my friends is graduating later on in the year, and we're going to leave. We're going to go to Australia right after he graduates. So in August. So I'm going to be spending the next like couple months just not going out and saving my money up as much as I can, because I'm going to need about $2,500 to get out there, and then I need like spending money just to hold me over while we get jobs, and we have to get a house while we're out there, which is going to be quite cool. Like, I've really missed having my independence since I've come home, and that's going to be a chance for me to get some independence again. And also, what's really good is that it's going to be totally on our own feet, and it's a whole new like world for us. It's not like going into a new town. It's still England, so everyone speaks English, which is a bonus for all of us, because none of us are really... I can speak a little bit of Spanish, but I wouldn't move to Spain again, to be honest. But we're going to be in Australia, and it's going to be like a whole new social dynamic. We're going to be meeting loads of new people, working in like all these new and interesting places. Like, we could be working anywhere. We could be working on a farm, we could be working in a shop, we could be working in a bar, it could be anything. And like, we have to have at least 2 different jobs if we want to stay there for the full time, because there's a 6-month limit on how long you can work in one job, and you can work you can be out there for a year, but you can only do 6 months in one job maximum. So it means that we're going to be like shifting jobs around constantly, which would be cool, like trying new things. We might even like move to a different area, like start in Sydney and go to Melbourne. I've got a family friend who lives out there who I need to try and get in touch with, see if there's any advice he can give us. And one of my friends who's coming with us, Tom, he's got an uncle who lives out there who's going to give us some pointers, and we're going to go visit him as well. So it'll be really cool. It's something I'm really interested in. Like, I love starting over again. I love starting fresh. Like, going into, like, when I went to Spain, it was a new start, and I didn't really like that one. But when I came back, it didn't go too well for me either. But then when I went to university, it all changed. And because I'd grown up and everyone else was a grown up, and because we all knew who we were, going to university was so good. You had that clean slate to be who you want, because you slightly, you kind of mould to your environment. So the fact that you've just walked into this place and there's all these new people, and they're all interested in similar things as you, it makes it so much easier to be yourself. So that was really cool. And then when I left uni, I started making new friends back at home, and it was another fresh start for me. And I made like new friends. I could be myself again. Like, I was always myself, but I don't know. You feel like you can start from scratch, and more different aspects of your personality are augmented depending on who you're with. So with these guys, I can be a bit more stupid, I can be a bit more wild, whereas at university I was a bit more I suppose a bit more just, I was a bit quieter, but I was like, on a level. Whereas now I'm a bit more like, if that makes any sense. So going out to Australia, God knows what's going to become of us. We're going to be on Australia, we're going to be meeting up with people, like try and get to maybe a festival while we're out there. Like a lot of Australian bands that I'm really into at the moment, like Parkway and North Lane. So it'd be really cool to see that scene that they were birthed from, which would be really cool. So that's pretty much it about what's going on. I realise the more often I do the videos, the shorter they'll be, but that's kind of better because it's easier for you guys to watch them, to be honest. So I'm not taking too much of your time. So until next time, I'm Jimmy. This is the vlog that I do, and I'll see you next time. Peace out. Hey guys, thanks for watching, and if you're first time to the channel, thanks for coming, and if you want to see any of the previous vlogs that I've done, they are on that side, over there. So you click on that, and that goes to the last video that I did. And if you're behind on the videos, if you click on that link over there, you can go to the next vlog that I've done, so you'll be a bit more up to date with what I'm doing. And on these bottom corners I've got a link to my actual channel. I think it's that way, or that way, I don't know, but one of the corners is a link to my actual channel, so you can like browse and see what other videos I've done. And on the other one is a link to my gaming channel, where I have videos of me playing games, of just myself and with my mate James, and there's soon to be some more content coming up soon. Lots recorded, just none edited, so hopefully there'll be some coming up, but you can always catch up on the old stuff. And if you want to, you know, snoop into my life even further, those links down below, Twitter, Instagram, and even Ask FM, and just feel free to snoop around, and I'll see you guys next time.